Okay. All right, here we go. Episode 4. Um, I'm going to try to keep this one short. Here in the States, it's going to be Thanksgiving tomorrow and, start of the sort of holiday season. And so, with that in mind, I figure I wanted to say a few things that I'm pretty thankful for right now, today. I'm really thankful for the mud flood. As I don't know if you've seen my introduction, I talk about how my whole life I felt that our history is wrong, and I've gone through all of it. From ancient alien and Atlantis, and and who knows? I mean, we live in a speculative world. When your programming isn't, you know, when your programming is malfunctioning, I guess. I don't know how to say what I want to say there, but I think you get the drift. And so it's really given me a direction. And the thing about it that's so amazing is that it is tangible, physical evidence that is out there. You can go and find this stuff. It's everywhere. There does, so the speculation aspect becomes a lot easier and a little more credible, I think. So, you know, if you live in an older city, go out looking for this stuff. Take pictures of it, post it. I'm uh, it's certainly given me an outlet here. And I want to thank Conspiracy R Us again for his early support and the people who've supported me so far. Um, it's going to be a pretty wild ride, and because Baltimore's a crazy town, and there's some good stuff to show you. And so, anyway, I just wanted to do a quick wrap up of the week, because it's going to be the holiday, and so I'm going to take the weekend off, and we'll see what happens next week. I doubt I'll be as productive. I really had, was really motivated this first week. So, and I have some pretty good ideas and some pretty cool things coming, I think. So, anyway, at one point I said something about the old brewery and its aging. Okay, and so I wanted to show this old photograph that, so they say this building was built in 1887, right? Which I don't believe. And, you know, here it's probably already been abandoned about 20 years. I'm going to say this picture, it's hard to tell with the truck and everything, but yeah, I mean, shoot, Baltimore probably looked this way for 30 straight years. This row here has been demolished and it's been all, remodeled. But look how clean that brickwork is. And if this is, I'm guessing this is steel, there would be, you know, you would think with the ravages that the church shows at, christened in 1888, a year later than this, you know, it just doesn't match up. These old stone churches are, very, very old, and I maybe even from a civilization previous to the brick builders here. I don't know. That's purely speculation. That's what's fun about it, right? But it sounds good because you don't know, and I'm gonna keep digging for this stuff. So here's this building, right? And here's another the brewery, right? Here's another shot of it. I really like this picture with the tree, there's vines and moss growing up the side. I mean, this looks amazing. Um, and I'm sure I was living in Baltimore when it looked like this, and I curse myself for never exploring that area of town. Um, but I will get over there. Um, okay, and then I wanted to correct myself. And this is one thing you'll find about me. I am not afraid to be wrong. I am not afraid to say crazy stuff and make myself look like an ass. I've been doing that my whole life. So, but I'm also never afraid to admit when I'm wrong or make a mistake. And so I did say something in, I think it was the last one, about this chapel being built on the same site as the original the old cadet chapel, and that is not the case. I think I was just confused it with the other, the Pershing barracks, which was definitely built on the same site as the previous building that was there. But what's interesting about this one is they did move it brick by brick from its original location, which is interesting. Um, so again, I think there's really interesting stuff over in that aspect of it, and I hope people will take a look into it. All right, and then so moving on, I also speculated on seeing that old firehouse and that chimney-like watchtower in the back. And so I know I walk by these older firehouses every day, and so I took a picture of a couple. And this one, you can definitely see this watchtower back here, but maybe I never really made the connection with the fire because with the firehouse, because it's been modified and darkened and it doesn't match the brick and everything. But I believe that's clearly the watchtower for this. So I'm glad my instincts when I look at structures and go, what could they possibly be? I'm glad I'm thinking that stuff out and looking for other possibilities. Here's another firehouse. I could not see from this angle or the street angle that I was walking whether there's a tower on top. I don't think there is. I think I would have noticed that. I pass this one all the time. But it does have, and I'll show it another time, one of my favorite stretches of decreasing windows into the sidewalk. So I'll get to that one soon. And I wanted to follow up on this building because I did sneak back there a couple of days after when I first noticed it. And so, come on now. Here we go. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about this, right? Which I'll do in a second, hopefully. But I wanted to get to the back, right? So this is the picture, that picture I took where you see these windows below. Like I said, this is definitely below ground, and I'm glad I have a picture that really showcases that coming up. Here, this one. This is from the parking lot of that old brick church that I'll be talking about soon. And I just wanted to look at this U shape, right? And it's very similar to the buildings that were on the West Point buildings, the Pershing barracks. Very similar, right? In that U shape, it's easy to imagine that maybe at one point this could have been higher. But it shows definitely, like I'm in the parking lot and taking this as wide photo as I can, and those windows you can definitely tell that they're below this, right? I mean, that is below ground. And so this is definitely a super prime candidate for being really old and buried in mud. Here's that other angle from the other day, from last week. But I think I have, yeah, right. So this is also below that line. And at one point, I don't know what was here, but there was a door here, right? And they blew this out, connecting it to that other wing. But that is below the street level. This is with that window line. So really interesting. I'm glad I got these pictures because they're building this thing up quick. And you can see here, right? They got the rebar going, and they're gonna put the concrete. They're gonna concrete this up, and so I'm glad I could get even these pictures, and hopefully I can get some more. This feature I thought was interesting. These two holes. Who knows what it could be, but I thought it was interesting enough to take a picture of. And this was that building that was behind it, right? Really spectacular, and now, again, I'm so paying attention to these supports. It's all over for these churches in Baltimore, man. It's deep. This is the front of it, right? And I walk by this every day. It's unbelievable. I never really, like I said, I have tunnel vision, so I do stop and look once in a while, but I never really, man, this is impressive. And want to show how this is all bricked in. And these windows, I think maybe this one actually reached this far down. And they clearly bricked it up here. But perhaps not though. Maybe they just went this deep. But it's not hard for my imagination to think, as you see, that very long, narrow domed window in those old buildings. And then I wanted to, because the Ford Avenue tour, well, not only was it cut short, but there's not really a lot of super interesting buildings like this one on it. And this is in Federal Hill. It's not far from Ford Avenue. And it's a really interesting building, and I'm definitely going to do some research. But I just wanted to show, again, for Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to show this building really quick because it's super cool. All right, I don't know if I know what it is. So this is like when you're coming up on it. I was taking pictures of another building, and bang, you look, and this is the view I got from the parking lot. I was like, yep, and I've definitely seen this from other angles, and I always wanted to investigate it and take pictures, and so these are the first few that I've taken. And so this is the sort of really full-on front view you get from, oh God, is this Hanover Street maybe? Damn, I'm cursing myself right now for that. Gonna have to blow it up a little bit. I wanted to make a remark about the Enslaved by No Media channel. Going out and taking these pictures, it's definitely, he's really onto something with his, the perspective they force through digital media. Even with my failing eyes, this building is spectacular, and the cameras just don't do it justice, and it makes it look so far away. You really have to kind of blow it up to. So, right. So the front door, what would be the entrance on? Like I said, I'm embarrassing myself if this isn't Hanover Street. This would be the front door of it, and here you see there's staircase down, which I got a picture of that. So I walked up. No, is that the same? That's the same thing. Okay. And this is behind the tree. Okay, so now I'm kind of at a different angle, and it's weird the way the lighting works in the city. Baltimore is crazy with angles and lighting, and God, it's an amazing town to walk around in. And so I wanted to show that this part of it here is new construction over this, right? So that's why this is obstructed here. This is new or newer, and they blocked off half of this at some point. Bastards. But look, if this is really a door, look at how tall that would be. And this is, at least waist high or so, chest high off the ground, off the sidewalk level, to start the smaller door. How tall that is. I mean, that's an enormous door. What were they doing with that? And maybe I'm seeing too much, maybe it's too much, wishful thinking, I guess. I don't know, wishful viewing, but this was filling, and this door was that big, why? This is the staircase that goes down, not the greatest shot in the world, but it's fenced off even further away. Again, I had to stick my arm through a gate to take this picture, just to show that. Yeah, somebody's gonna yell at me someday for doing this stuff. And so I want to take another angle of that new construction over this and look at the arches up here, and maybe Santa will bring me a good camera for Christmas, like a really good one. And I didn't notice this guy over here when I was taking the picture. It wasn't until I looked at the photo later. You see this guy, and look at him. He's yelling or screaming, or that's not pleasant what's happening with that face there. You don't really see a whole lot, or I haven't really seen a whole lot. It was a complete surprise to me. I've walked by this building like every day for the last 5 years, and even paused and looked at it. That's really not something my eyes could see, but I'm so glad I'm taking pictures of it now. So I wanted to show that that's what he's here, right? So again, you have this, the thinner windows of the double arch. I got to get educated on this, architectural lingo here. Yeah. But anyway, so this is the feature, right? And there's four of them. And I didn't even notice these two at the top. When I showed my wife these two, she said, "Did you see these two up here?" And I'm like, "Nope." So there they are. And this is, and I'm not happy with the way this photo gallery blows pictures up. So I tried to, do like um, snapshots, or screenshots of blowing it up on my phone, which I think actually works a little bit better than this. All right, so let's see if I got this in the right order. These guys are the same pillar, bottom and top, I believe, right? And then this is the bottom of the. Look at this helmet that he's wearing. Are you kidding me? And the detail in that, crazy. And then this guy up here, he's above him with the bushy mustache, right? And so now this is the Ostend Street view, right? When you're walking around, this is the other side of that building. And there are two guys hidden on this wall too. Let's see. Maybe there's more. You guys take closer looks than me, please. See, there they are, right up here, right? And again, this building is so spectacular. There's one, right? He kind of almost has a little sinister look, doesn't he? I don't know. And then we get another bushy mustached guy, right? He's even got almost like that's a crown, maybe, or horns. Anyway, so just another small sample of what's on display here in Baltimore. Oh, that's that basement level again on that building. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up there with this. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. And it's probably going to be a week or so until the next one. I've got some interesting ideas. Hopefully they pan out. And we'll pick it up next week. Again, thanks for watching. Until the next one, cheers, guys. Okay, so I just wanted to give the faces a chance to speak for themselves, and then I lost my cursor at the end. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.